Chelsea 0, Liverpool 2. This game was lost in the dressing room when the team was selected. 6 things you need to know. Let's go. Welcome to the Kavkas, and today we're going to have to cover this terrible result. This result, is it surprising? No, it's not surprising. Is the manner of it surprising? Yeah, it really is. Because I expected more. I really did. I expected better team selection, I expected a better heart, and I expected a better performance. If we want to do something this season, we need to be able to hang with these teams at least. We were outclassed, outfought, and it was actually humiliating. You know how 6 things you need to know works. 6 things you need to know from this match. We're going to cover it. One of them is a positive, right? One of them. The other 5 are constructive criticisms. I'm not going to shout. I'm not going to yell. I'm going to try to be as positive as I can and constructive as I can. Because at the end of the day, we want Chelsea to succeed. So let's go. Before we get started, do me a massive favor. Hit the subscribe button. Hit the like button. Honestly, days like this, I hate doing match reviews. But I know you guys enjoy watching it. So I just feel like I'm obliged because I made a promise to you that I'm going to do it. So it is what it is. Win, lose or draw, I'm always here. Help the channel out. Hit the like button. Subscribe to it. Selections win games. You live and die by your manager's selections. Frank got it wrong again. Going into this game, I was adamant Giroud has to start. Giroud gives us a vocal piece. Giroud is integral in any type of development of the ball. The ball goes into him, it sticks, he battles, he keeps them on edge. You could be linking Havertz and Werner from the other side. If you don't want to play Havertz, play Mount, fine. But we need a vocal point. Then we look at the one and only Kepa. We know what Kepa's like, Frank. Why are you playing him again? Why? You know he makes mistakes. But yet, you opt to play him. So who do we blame in this situation when he consistently plays? You. Who else? Frank Lampard has been backed this summer. He really has. And now he needs to act like a manager that has been backed with £300 million. A world-class manager. This has been my issue with Frank being in charge, guys. Frank cannot be in charge when he's an intern. This is the issue. He's naive, he's tactically inept, and more importantly, the team is clueless with him in charge. We sat off and we played into Liverpool's hands. The team posed no threat. And now what? We were absolutely humiliated. That's number 1. I've got 4 more negatives and 1 positive. I'm dead serious. I've got 1 positive and 4 more negatives. Let's get in. Decision making from players need to be better. The second thing to take away, we cannot count on Andreas Christensen. We really can't, and I will explain. Andreas is a very good player, okay? Andreas Christensen is actually a very good defender. But he's not a world-class defender, and he's not a great defender. And that's why it will cost us on multiple occasions. Andreas Christensen was having a perfect game until he switched off and got that red card. And why did it happen? He get caught in transition. Andreas needs to let him go. Kepa's running out like a maniac. Doesn't know what to do. All of a sudden, he makes Christensen's decision up for him. Oh, let me just hack him down. It literally was like that. And this is annoying because we were in this game. We were defending. Yes, we were hanging on. Yes, we were boring to watch. Yes, we were unimaginative, lackluster, nonchalant, boring. But yet, we were still in the game. 1 red card changes the whole perspective. Dropping Kai Havertz was the right thing to do, or even moving him to the right, but not as a false 9. I will explain. Kai Havertz is not the type of player to be physically imposing against Fabinho and Van Dijk. He's not fit. You know he's not fit. He hasn't had a pre-season. So why is Giroud not getting a look in over him? If you're insistent to play him because of his price tag, which I fully understand, don't get me wrong. Play him on the right wing. Play him somewhere where you can hide him. Play him somewhere where he can work his way into the game. Don't do this where he is left hung out to dry. Because that's exactly what happened to Havertz. He was hung out to dry. Kai Havertz is a link-up player. Kai Havertz needs people close in and around him so his imagination can come through and like an artist he can paint a picture. The issue is everyone's 20 yards away from him. You're all of a sudden asking some moment of brilliance from a guy that's half fit going up against Virgil van Dijk and Fabinho. you're asking for problems. It was just a wrong decision making, wrong analysis from Frank, wrong team selection, and yet now this guy is being left hung out to dry. Pathetic. Number 4, you're trying to make players what they're not. Timo Werner, for example. He is not a creative forward. He is a poacher. Why are we moving him away from what he is? Timo Werner plays on the last line of a man. Timo Werner plays on the last line of that defense. He loves to run in behind, loves to get one-on-one, shoot, create stuff, be expressive with his finishing, not with his creativity. He is not that player. Why are we doing this to ourselves over and over again? Frank Lampard plays the guy out of position on the left. Has no one for him to play off. Listen, with Poulsen, at least he had a target man. And this is what Giroud could have been. But yet, he opted once again to have Kai Havertz play Werner in a position where he needs to create. All of a sudden, Werner's trying to take people on like he's Sonic. He's like he's Sonic the Hedgehog. Literally, it's like he's Sonic the Hedgehog running. Pace, no technique, nothing. He can't be a man, he literally depends on his pace. And I feel sorry for him because you're trying to make him something he's not. The longer Werner goes without having a goal, the more pressure that's going to building on him. The longer he goes with Chelsea playing poorly, the more pressure that's going to get built on him. And now Frank is hanging him out to dry. Why are you playing players out of position? Why are you shoehorning players in, left, right and centre? But yet, Werner should have been playing alongside Giroud. There should have been a relationship getting built. This is pathetic. Honestly, it's very sad because I'm here ranting now. I'm here raving. I didn't want to do that. And, man, I'm really frustrated with today's result. I really am. This obsession with Mason Mount and the youth academy needs to stop. This obsession with shoehorning players in for the sake of shoehorning him in, Frank, needs to stop. Mason Mount today, what did he offer? Let's talk about Mason Mount. The 5th thing we're taking away from this game. Mason Mount, what did he offer? Mason Mount played on the right-hand side. Didn't hold the ball up, didn't create, didn't run the channels, didn't link up, nothing. I literally got nothing from him. Do I think Mason Mount's a bad player? No. Do I think he's world-class? No. He's somewhere in the middle. But, Frank's making people hate him. This over-reliance on Mason Mount is becoming ridiculous. Mason Mount is not a very good player to the extent where you need to depend on him the way Frank does. It's actually sad, it's actually disgusting how much he depends on him. This player is being left hung out to dry. You can see a constant theme here. Players being asked to do stuff they can't do. So when they can't do it, fans are holding them accountable. When really we should be holding Frank accountable. I feel sorry for Mason Mount because Mason Mount is not a right winger. You can tell. Timo Werner is not a left winger. You can tell. He's an inside forward. He's one of those players that wants to link up and take shots away. But you're asking him to do jobs they can't do. They've got a target man because that's what he played as, Kai Havertz. A target man. He's not one of those players. This is poor decision. This all stems from poor decision making. And this pisses me off. This really frustrates me. This really angers me. I start being really frustrated at watching my team play. And I don't like that because I've had so much optimism this year that is reverting back to negativity again. But since, every negative line has to end with Kepa. So let's talk about Kepa as well. Kepa is not a bad keeper. Kepa got turned into this keeper. Kepa was never this bad under Sarri. Kepa was a keeper that was very confident, borderline cocky, arrogant. Now, he's a shell of himself. He is an absolute shell of himself. He is a man, literally, who doesn't believe that he's a professional footballer. He's doubting every time he comes for a cross. He is overthinking every single time the ball's played in behind. He's naturally not good on the ball anymore. I don't know what happened there. Yet, he plays again and 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 again. You get the gist. He plays over and over again. Frank, you have the power to drop him. It's not illegal to drop him. Please, drop him. Missed the penalty. Jorginho missed it. Does not change one bit of this performance. It should have been more than 2. It should have been embarrassing. And now to the positives, right? Reece James, very positive. I'm not going to lie to you. Very, very positive from Reece James. I loved what I saw. Reece James is very good on the ball. Reece James is actually tenacious in the tackle. He's good at delivery. He was playing like a proper defender. Zuma, very good performance again today. Zuma's highlighting to me he's going to be Thiago Silva's right-hand man. He's literally going to be his right-hand man. He's going to be his partner, his affiliate, his Beijing friend. Literally. But then we look at Christensen. Let's talk about Christensen. He had a good game as well. I think he was actually really good until he switched off. But that's typical Andreas Christensen. This is Christensen, this is Chelsea, and this is what we should expect. But yet, you guys want to accept that. You guys want to talk about other positives. Kante was good again. Kante was good again. Timo Werner was good again. Kante was disruptive in that midfield. He did his job. And so did Jorginho and so did Kovacic. There is going to be a lot of agendas flying around about how that midfield three should not be able to work in tandem. I disagree. I think that midfield three is actually decent. I think that midfield three gives us protection and solidity. And if we had a vocal point, we can move teams up the pitch and actually cause a threat. At the moment, we don't. And this is worrying. It really is. Werner was trying to do stuff he's not good at. In my opinion, he can't take a man on and beat him. You saw that in the first half on numerous occasions when Fabinho dealt with him like he was nothing there. It was literally super easy for him. It was super duper easy for him. But yet, we're going to insist on playing him left wing because Frank wants to. In my opinion, we need to revert away from that 100%. This was the Kavkas. You like the video, subscribe to the channel. I'm sorry. I'm really speechless. I didn't like that performance at all. It really made me feel like all the positivity of this season has been sucked out of me now. Now I'm worried. I'm actually worried. I see the cracks. I see the issues. I know there's a lot of players not playing. But yet still, we are tactically naive. And it's not an Excel issue. This is a structural issue. This really is.